What up, Schmoedown? Welcome to Schmoedown Rocks and other fans, and yes, Action Army. But there's just no stopping Ben. There's just no stopping Ben. He may just find a way to just trail through there in the singles tournament. No, yeah, it's, it took me a while to hop on board with them, and, I'm sorry I wasn't on board with you guys during last year entirely. I just was waiting for you guys to, dip your toes in the singles, just to know you're good all-rounders for what you are. And I had to wait a little longer for Guy, and, him, sure, Merle was, off his game, but, Guy wasn't, and you definitely knew you can't be when it came to Merle. So, yeah, it took that for me to join the ranks. I'm still working up on the ranks a little bit, but, we'll see what happens. Look forward to possibly going all the way. It'd be awesome. No one's denying him right now. He's definitely, for sure, earned his spot that he has going up against Clark Wolf after the gauntlet. No one's questioning that anymore. Not even after what happened in the teams with Who's the Boss. On fire! Sorry. No one knows that. Arthur Brown, look him up. Yeah. I enjoyed that. The finals. Knockout. Third round. All because Harris Brothers, or at least Lon, had to spin away from a category he is actually strong in himself, but he knew his brother wasn't enough to help him in case the questions weren't as easy as he thought it would be. So they went to scores and soundtracks, which we know in past matches has been the strength for Who's the Boss, or at least for Riley, he redeemed himself like a couple matches ago. Or at least I think in the semifinals, so it's not a surprise here. He's kicking ass and taking names that they would steal when they got the chance between him and Bateman. So there was after that and them getting whatever good category they did have that escapes me for some reason, but they mowed them down. They did great. They won it, and if they had new releases, it would have been more of a match. I'll admit to that, but it's good going in that Who's the Boss have this knockout under their belt. They're 4-0. I think 4-0. Yeah, 4-0. Knock it under the belt. And I kind of knew it. I kind of, in a way, sort of called... Well, aside from the fact that my first intuition was Wild Berries, that went wrong. But I realized by that point, I knew that of the teams... there were more teams likely on the other side of the bracket that would more likely win, if not any teams on that side. And when the things went down and it became more to Harris Brothers, it was pretty clear to me that whoever was in the semifinals on that side of the bracket, which was Who's the Boss and Corruption, although it mostly mattered whether or not if Corruption or Founding Fathers would have had it. That'd have been a different story. Who the Boss was going to get it in the semifinals regardless. That was easy. It was just a matter of who they were going to have to face in the semifinals and who they would have to wind up facing in the finals. And that wound up being a little more easy pickings than we thought, because they kind of had some easier pickings. Corruption, they really struggled against Founding Fathers, and that is still probably between that and the Harris Brothers and... No, not the Harris Brothers. The Self-Righteous Brothers and Take the Cannoli matchups are probably the best in the tournament. The best. Though we did get a damn good match for semifinals, like I thought we would get between Corruption and them. This matchup, I would have liked it for a finals match, but, I'm glad we got what we got because, Charter Wolves got their titles with a knockout, and they win the final, and of course, Who's the Boss winning their finals with a knockout. Not even making it more interesting given that Who's the Boss beat Harris Brothers in round 3 knockout, as opposed to Shire Wolves, who had to do the round 4 knockout, and against a team nobody even knew about. That probably may never come back, especially after what we've seen of Take the Cannoli. It probably could, come back sometime later in the future, but let's face it, we want Take the Cannoli. We want Take the Cannoli. Just to keep going especially after the first round showing. And even though the showing wasn't as good, and it's kind of wound up disappointing me that they didn't get to move forward, I think we all want them to at least move forward past this tournament and be a legit team going into next season. I'm looking forward to what we're going to get for this. As far as singles titles, the singles tournament is pretty well cut what's coming up. We only had a preview. There wasn't much. They just wanted to pretty well get Anarchy out of the way and then try to build up what we need to build up into singles. And with what we've got going on, especially after the gauntlet, it was perfect timing. Yes, Bateman, of course, is going up against Clark Wolf. That was the spot that was left over. Chance kind of proved himself in the teams despite his loss to the boss. So it's going to be interesting if he maybe redeems himself. I could, but, the way my potential for a bracket, if I were to have managed to written one, this is how I would have predicted it. Bateman's taking it. But Chance Ellison's going to give him a fight. But before that, I will say, the easy one is Dan Murrell beating Howard. I could see Howard pulling an upset like she did with Ellis in the last tournament, but Dan right now, sense of what has happened within the past couple matches within the teams, whatever, his loss to Andrew Guy lit a fire under his ass, and he's hungry. I could see him, the semifinal, it's more when we get to semifinals that things get a lot tougher with this bracket. And, it's gotten to the point where I'm more, which partially is why I'm more for whoever is involved in this tournament right now. Whoever advances is going to, even in round one, is going to earn it. Whoever advances semifinals, no matter what, is going to earn it. Let's fingers crossed hope that is the case on both ends. And the same with the finals. Of these 8 players we've got, yes, 8 players we've got, they're all worthy. They're all worthy. And I'm probably not, I can't complain. I'm going to enjoy this singles tournament. Some people may not, but I am. I will, for Action Army's sake, I gotta go. As much as I like my Fact Club, I gotta have Bateman finally redeems himself beating Clark Wolf. Then, after McWeeny beats Draco, possibly, maybe he'll redeem himself for what happened with Above the Line against, and make it to finals. And on the other side, Merles goes up. Chance Ellison maybe beats Ethan Irwin. And Ellison pulls an upset against Merle. What do we want? Sort of want to get in with corruption and them, but not really, because both teams were solid going into that match, that second round match anyway for the team tournament. So as far as I'm concerned, Ellison, maybe he pulls off a win too against Merle. And him versus Ellison versus Bateman. The young boys take it. Take it to the finals. I love you, Chance. I believe in you, man. And if you prove me wrong, I'm happy with that too. But I go Bateman. He's on fire right now. I could be wrong. And, with the way this tournament's looking right now, with the lineups we got, I'm fine with it. Far more so than Anarchy, but, I'm fine with it. I am fine with that. And, that's kind of my predictions as far as my end of the singles preview for the singles tournament coming up starting tomorrow. I guess, which would be McWeeny and Draco. I, of course, have McWeeny. I wouldn't mind, but, I don't know. I mean, this is my best guess, so, I'm just saying. And that's, excuse me. And I think that's about it, guys. Bateman taking it. And, already taking that tag tournament, maybe possibly taking this singles tournament, possibly beating Roca. Making up for that one contenders match that he had to go through. But, you know, he's beaten him before, so... But maybe this is a different Bateman he's going to be going up against compared to the last time. But I could also see Roca possibly retaining and proving himself something that he wanted to prove before. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah. What did y'all think of the, here in Schmoedown Rocks, of the finals match for the Anarchy, Schmoedown Anarchy tournament? And what do you think of the upcoming singles tournament for the Schmoedown? Leave a comment below, let me know. Or through Facebook or anything. Speaking of that, like that. Rock that like button on this video with the rest of you must if you like this. As well as like and follow me on the Facebook page, link in the description below. As always, guys, keep it random, keep it real, keep it rocking. If you smell what the movie trivia Schmoedown is cooking.